Alright guys, I'm going to do a full length video on this one and kind of maybe go into detail on the seams and so on, as some of my viewers have asked me to do. We just pulled the stove out as always. I've showed you in other videos. We always set the stove on a moving blanket so that we don't scratch the floor. On this job we got this big L right here. So we definitely have to move the stove out. And we're going to have a couple seams on this job. This is Astoria. The way this piece over here was laid out and the veining on the stone, I had to have some seams in it, and then I had to kind of lay it out and match it up and make sure the veins all go the same way. So it was kind of difficult one to cut on the saw. But we've got a really cool customer on this job, so I thought it'd be a good one to do a full video and do it in detail. So we got a 50/50 undermount sink. We'll bring a bucket in, set the sink on it, make sure that it fits in there and all that. I was just it's like they put some extra support in here. So anyway, sorry, sometimes I get sidetracked, but just like on all my other videos, if we run into any issues or anything, I will tell you what they are and show you how we get through them and all that. I don't foresee any major issues, but we'll see. We work with this builder all the time. It's Travis. Looks like they're going to do tile afterwards. He's already got the wall ready for it and all that. So I think it's going to turn out to be a really good looking kitchen. Maybe I can get some photos when it's all finished. But anyway, I will get started and show you guys what happens. Guys, I kind of noticed this. I don't know if you remember when I was going through in the beginning, I stopped and I was stunned for a second. I was looking. It's because I was looking at this sink area here. I seen they'd put some extra support in there. And of course people don't do stone for a living. They don't know how this stuff works. So when Hayden brought the sink in here, I told him, I wanted to take a look and see kind of what happened. So, and that's what I expected to happen. So you would think that that's going to help us out, right? Get some extra support in the sink. But the reality is that stone is going to set an inch up above that. So that support is not going to help that sink not one iota of a bit. All it's going to do is prevent us from getting anything in there to hold the sink up tight to the stone. So we're going to have to take that out. So now you can see we can actually pull the sink up to the top. And we still don't have a ton of room, but we'll have a little room on each side. Probably won't be able to use our go clips, which I cut slits in the stone for. But I can use my U-mounts on the side and in the front. So I'll show you when we install it. You've probably seen it on other videos. Alright, we put our laser on here like always, and the cabinets look pretty daggone good. Not too bad. This one here, we got a little wall bowage. As you can see, I can push this one back and it'll pull it off here. And this one back here. So I'm going to go ahead and just trim the wall. That way when I get the other ones in, I can do whatever I need to. I think it's this one here that I need to go into because I'm kind of over my lip here. So we'll see. You can see where I seam phantomed all the seams, the back cuts, and then they're razor sharp along the edges here. See, I would say it's 90% set up. So I just sprayed it with denatured alcohol to soften it up a little bit. In my opinion, it makes it easier to cut off of there. Still pretty hard, as you can see. But I think AJ was worried it wasn't set up enough to scrape off. But it is. It's actually, in my opinion, a little better if you scrape it off a little before it gets this hard. Alright, I polished the fronts of the seams here. Got it all blended in. Gotta go a little bit further here. I was letting AJ finish caulking out. Got the skim coat on the seam. Went with a little more gray on the skim coat. Right now I'm drilling the faucet hole with my little get up here. See, I got my water in there. Got my pipe, and then see, I'm about through. But it keeps the stone cool. Had another trainable moment here. After I put the stove in, I realized we had a daggone 1/4 inch of cabinet sticking out there. And the top was already silicone, so it was a pain to move. It's very, very important when you're doing countertops to look at everything and make sure you can't just throw tops on and go to caulk them down. You got to make sure everything is how it's supposed to be. We're getting tile on these walls tomorrow, so there's no reason we couldn't bump that forward and line it up just like we did. Also, these Lazy Susans, most of the time, you can pop these corners here and they'll pop right out. So there's no reason not to caulk under them. Like there. So always check. Some of them won't unlatch, but you can still caulk it out all the way under there. Also, the false fronts, I would say 50% of them are false fronts and will come out. So always check that if you can pull those out so you can caulk that there nice and clean. Alright guys, we finished the job. You'll see in the video the issues we had. I also did a short on this top I'll be getting to over here. In the end, everything turned out fine. Took a little bit longer than I was expecting just because we're still training, you know. So some things are going to take a little longer. This top here is the one that gave us a little trouble, and I did the short on. And what's that guy's name? Great White.
Oh, Great White Tiger
Great White Tiger Hunter was telling me to remove the fridge and I could get 36 extra inches. And then I seen another one where he said put some shims in the cabinet panel. Well, yeah, you can put shims in the cabinet panel. If you got screws that you can take out and all that, but I think the screws are probably inside the fridge, so I had to roll the fridge out, and that would have made, if you want to go take care of it and go over aftercare with them. So, you know, there's always somebody on here that knows how to do it better and can do it better and all that stuff, but they're getting tile on here in the morning. We work with these guys all the time, so the painter's caulk, I'm not too concerned about it being 100% perfect. AJ had a little dilemma over here, but I'm okay with it because they'll be putting up the tile tomorrow. We went with transparent beige silicone. I thought it matched this stone as well as the cabinets and all that quite well. We put the stove back.
The biggest thing I
This
saw.
painter's caulked everything. You're fine. You're fine. There's the seams. There's one of them.
Oh, hot stuff here.
And there's the other one. Then we polished the front. I think everything turned out quite well. Let's see. And that's about it, guys. You always want to make sure when you're cutting this at the shop that all your grains run the same way. And as you can see, I've got all my grains running this way, this way, this way, this way. And then of course it all matches, and this matches as well. And I think that's it. I'm gonna grab me some pictures and we'll get out of here.